Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Math grade 6. We are in chapter 9, lesson 5. Today, we want to learn the polygon on the coordinate plane. The polygon on the coordinate planes. So our lesson today, polygons on the coordinate plane. So with me now, see with me now this video.
Welcome to Anywhere Math. I'm Jeff Jacobson, and today we're going to talk about polygons in the coordinate plane. Specifically, how to plot them, how to draw them in the coordinate plane, and then also how to find things like perimeter and area once they're in a coordinate plane. Let's get started. Okay, before we get started with example 1, you're probably going to want some graph paper or grid paper. If all you have is line paper, it can work. You just have to make sure you're really organized and have nice straight lines. But if you have graph paper like this, it's going to make it a lot easier. So the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is to make your coordinate plane. All we're using right now is the first quadrant. You can see I've got all the way up from 0 up to 15 on my x-axis and from 0 up to 15 on my y. But if you look, 9 is the greatest value in my y and 8 is the greatest in my x. So you could even just stop at 10 if you want. So go ahead. First thing, draw your axes. And remember, we only need the first quadrant. Everything is positive. So once you've got that, let's read the example. So the vertices of a quadrilateral are A is at 2, 4, B is at 3, 9, C is at 7, 8, and D is at 8, 1. Draw the quadrilateral in this coordinate plane. So the first thing, hopefully you remember that the most important is the x value. The x coordinate comes first, then the y. So when we're looking at these, this 2 is my x coordinate, and that 4 is my y coordinate. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to be going over 2 and then up 4. Okay, so A, I'm going to plot that. Again, I said over 2, right? That's the x. Up 4, that point is going to go right there. And then whenever you plot points in a coordinate plane, always label them. So we're just going to call that A, and that's at 2, 4. Next, B is at 3, 9. Again, 3 is the x coordinate. So on my x-axis, I'm going over 3, then all the way up to 9. And that is where that point is going. Again, label it. B is at 3, 9. C is at 7. Go over 7, up 8, right there. Label that. And then finally, D, over 8 and up 1. Over 8 and up 1. Okay. And then label that. Really, it's pretty simple. You just got to make sure that.
See with me now here in this example how to present the first point A equal to 4, 2, 4. As you know, in the coordinate plane we have x-axis, and we have y-axis, and we have y-axis, and here we have the origin. Now, how to draw this point? 2 in x and 4 in y. So the location in x will be 2, the location in y will be 4. So this is 2 in x.
Hello, Mr. I am safe zone.
Okay, this is 2 in x. Then go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the first point. So this is A, 2, 4. This is A, 2, 4. The next point, we have 3 in x and 9 in y. 3 in x and 9 in y. So this is a 3 in x, this is a 3 in x, and go up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the second point, P, P3, 9. The third point, we have C7, 8. Now, 7 in X and 8 in Y. So this is 7, and go up 8 units. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 units. So this is the third point, C, 7, 8. The last one, D, 8, 1. 8 in X, 1 in Y. So this is 8, this is 8. Go just 1 unit. This is 1, so this is number D. Now the first step, I represent the all points inside the coordinate plane. Continue now.
That you always remember the X coordinate comes first, then the Y. And if you want to think about it, X comes first in the alphabet, then Y. Maybe that could help you out to remember it. So we're almost done. We've plotted our vertices. Now I need to draw the quadrilateral. And this is pretty simple. All you're doing is connecting the dots. You have to do it in order. I'm not going A to C and then C to B. I'm going A to B, right? So I draw that, then B to C, then C to D, and then finally D back to A. And there is my quadrilateral. 4 sides. It's closed figure. And
see here. After you represented the point, match between them. So start A to B, A to B. Draw line here from A to B, then B to C, then C to D, then D to A. You will find here we have quadrilateral. Why? Because we have a polygon has 4 sides. And this polygon is trapezoid. So now the first step, we represent the point, then we will draw the polygon. Continue.
And we're done. Here's some to try and
السلام
your
عليكم
own.
أستاذ.
Okay, عليكم السلام.
السلام عليكم أستاذ.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, here we go with example 2. So same thing. First thing you're going to want to do is create your coordinate plane. Again, we're only using the first quadrant, and you don't have to go all the way up to 15. If you look at the numbers, I think you go to 10 for each, the X and Y axis. That would be plenty. So let's see. The vertices of a rectangle are F is at 1, 6, G is at 7, 6, H is at 7, 2, and J is at 1, 2. Draw the rectangle in the coordinate plane and then find its perimeter. So first thing, let's draw it. So we're going to plot our points. Again, first one, F is at 1, 6, over 1, up 6. It's going to be right there. Label it just like always. Next, G is at 7, 6. Go 7 over on my x-axis, up 6. It's going to be right there. Label that. G is at 7, 6. Then H, 7, 2 over 7, up 2. Right. Let's see. The vertices of a rectangle are F.
Yes, you have a question?
Yes, Mister. Why do they put the 1 up and the 6 down?
Here, 1 in X and 6 in Y. 1 here, and 6 here. The point will be here. So continue now to see.
Is at 1, 6, G is at 7, 6, H is at 7, 2, and J is at 1, 2. Draw the rectangle in the coordinate plane and then find its perimeter. So first thing, let's draw it. So we're going to plot our points. Again, first one, F is at 1, 6, over 1, up 6. It's going to be right there.
Listen, Mansour. This is 1 in X, and this is 6 in Y. So start from 1, go up 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 6. This is 1, 6. This is the first point. Continue now.
Label it just like always. Next, G is at 7, 6. Go 7 over on my x-axis, up 6. It's going to be right there. Label that. G is at 7, 6. Then H, 7, 2 over 7, up 2. Right there. Label. And finally, J is at 1, 2 over 1, up 2. Right there. Label it. Now we've got our points. They're all.
The first step, represent the points. The first point, F, 1, 6. 1 in X, 6 in Y. This is 1 in X, and this is 6 in Y. So this is the point, F, 1, 6. F, 1, 6. The second point, G7, 7 in X and 6 in Y. So this is 7. This is 7 here in X. Then go up 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the second point, G7, 6. The third point, H7, 7 in X and 2 in Y. So go to the 7 in X. This is 7. Then go 2 units up. 1, 2. This is the third point, H7, 2. The last point, J12, 1 in X. This is 1 in X and 2 in Y. So start from 1 in X, then go 2 units up. This is 1. This is 2, and here you will find the last point, J equal 1, 2. So now the first step, I represented the all points now. Then continue.
Plotted. Remember, after that, we have to draw it. So you're just connecting the dots, F to G, G to H, H to J, and J to F, and it's going to make a rectangle. Okay, so we're halfway done. We have our rectangle drawn, everything plotted, but now we've got to find our perimeter. And if you remember, perimeter is just the distance around the figure. Okay, imagine if you were walking all the way around it, how far would you walk? That's the perimeter. There's a couple ways to do it. One formula that we're going to use is you have 2 lengths, right? For a rectangle, you've got 2 lengths. This and this are congruent, they're identical, and you have 2 widths. This width and this width are also.
After we represented, please all students put your mic in mute, please, and just listen now. After you represented here the points, you can match between them. So this is F, go to the G, then from G to the H, then from H to the J, then from J to the F. So you will find we have rectangle. But I want now, after I draw the polygon here, and I find the kind of this polygon as a rectangle, I want to find the perimeter here. Right. As you know, the perimeter, you can find the perimeter when you add all sides in the polygon. This side plus this side plus this side plus this side. Right. How to find the tall of the side, the length of the side? We have 2 different methods. For easy method, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 small squares. Means the length here will be 4. And here we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the length here will be 5 units. This is for easy way. The second way, as you see, here we have 1, the same x-axis, but the different y-axis. Here we have 6, here we have 2. I can subtract 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 will be 4. So here means the total of this side will be 4. And here we have 1, here we have 7. The different x-axis, but the same y-axis. So I can subtract 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 will be 6. So I can write the length here equal 6. Now, how to find the perimeter here? As you know, the perimeter, I can write perimeter equal L plus W plus L plus W, or I can write P equal 2 length plus 2 width. Why 2 length plus 2 width? Because this is the first length, this is the second length, this is the first width, this is the second width. So I have 2 width and 2 length. So I can write the rule perimeter here equal 2 length plus 2W. Continue.
So congruent. So let's find out what those lengths and widths are. Well, we'll start with the length here. If you see, both for J and F, they both have an x coordinate of 1. Okay, they're both over 1. But the y coordinate is different. This one is only up 2. This one's up 6. So if you want to know the length, we just find the difference of those y coordinates. So 6 minus 2 is 4. That's going to be my length. Okay, I'm going to substitute that in for L. Now, how about the width? Well, we can look here from J to H. Notice here that the X coordinates are not the same, but the Y coordinates are. They are both up 2. So I'm not going to be subtracting the Y coordinates like I did for my length.
Yes.
مثلا يوم نسوي ماتش الشيب لازم يكون parallel two side parallel ولا؟
No. يعني not necessary to parallel. Maybe instruction may be perpendicular. But in this example, parallel because we have rectangle. This side parallel with this side and this side parallel with this side. But not necessarily to be the two sides parallel. Okay? Continue.
Length. Instead, I'm subtracting my X coordinates. I'm finding the difference of 7 and 1, which means this width is 6. And also, if it's something this simple, you could also just count the squares, right? Each one of these is just 1, so you could even count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is what we just said. So I'm going to substitute those in. L is going to be 4, and my width is 6. Make sure you use parentheses or else it's going to look like 24. But we want 2 times 4 plus 2 times 6. There's 2 of each of those. Simplify, you get 8 plus 12, which finally gives you 20. And there's no centimeters or meters. These are just units. And it's not units squared because it's perimeter. It's just a distance. So 20 units is your answer. And here's one more to try on your own. As always, thank you so much for watching.
Okay, so today we want to learn how to use coordinates plane to find the length of each side of the polygon and how to know the kind of this polygon. Then we want to learn how to use coordinates plane to find the perimeter of the polygon. Then we want to learn how to use coordinate plane to find the area of the polygon. طيب. Now watch with me this video.
Today's lesson is on finding area and perimeter of polygons on a coordinate plane. The main skill that we're sort of recalling is how to plot points. And pretty easy at this point. We've all seemed to have mastered how to plot points. And just to quickly review, when plotting a point on a coordinate plane, it's a good idea to walk before you fly. And what we mean by that is if you're plotting points here, let's say, I want to plot the point 2, 6. I walk 2 to the right, and then I fly 6. That's what we mean when we say walk before you fly. 2, 9, walk 2, fly 9. 6, 9. So you walk 6, fly 9. And 6, 6. Walk 6, fly 6. Okay, and that's basically what we're going to be doing today. And we're going to create shapes based off of the points that are given to us. With that information, we can figure out area and perimeter. So let's take a look at our first example. Here we have a rectangle with vertices 2, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, and 2, 5. The points are known as A, B, C, D. We want to find the perimeter of the rectangle. So the first thing, we found that the width was 5 units long, about 5 units wide. And we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means that AB would be the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've created a rectangle, and opposite sides of a rectangle are congruent. Here we see AD is 3, which means BC is also going to be 3. To find the perimeter, we add all of those sides. 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3, and we get 16 units. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 16 units. To summarize, plot your points, figure out what the lengths are, and then add up all the lengths to find your perimeter. And there is our 16. Similar problem here. We have a rectangle using ABCD. The following vertices are listed. We're going to find each side length, and then we're going to find the perimeter of the rectangle. So we figure out The y coordinates have a value of 4 when you subtract them. The x coordinates have a value of 2 when you subtract them. And you should get the same thing. Perimeter is going to be 12 units. So there's 2 ways to do it. In summary, you could organize them, and ones with common x coordinates, you want to look at their y coordinates and subtract. So here we have 2 dimensions that have a value of 4. Same thing here. These x coordinates are the same at 4. The difference in the y coordinates, 5 minus 1, is also 4. So if we're adding 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4, we get 12 units. You see the x coordinates are off by 2 as well, from B to C and A to D. Try this example here. Here we have a larger grid with a larger composite figure. It looks like a series of rectangles, or if you were to chop it over here, a large rectangle and a square. The question says, each grid on the square has a length of 200 feet. Let's find the total distance in feet around the zoo. Again, since it says around the zoo, we know they're talking about perimeter. We can find the difference between the 10 here and the 0 down here to figure out that this distance right here is 10. You can count over here to find 7 here, 3 here. This distance would be 4, and you can do that for all of them. Once you label all of your sides, you're going to go ahead and add them all up. If you add it correctly, we get 42 units. And that's our perimeter. But the question is in feet. The question is to find the total distance in feet. Well, if I've got 42 units or 42 boxes, and each one is 200 feet, it's common sense to multiply my 42 by 200, since each box is 200 feet. You should get a total of 8,400 feet as your answer. To summarize, we plot our points. We figure out the length of each side either by counting or by subtracting x and y coordinates. Once you do that, you add up all of your perimeters, and then you multiply by the actual length of 1 unit. And this tells you the total perimeter in feet, 8,400 feet. For this example, find the area of the figure in square units. Here they gave us a composite figure. It looks like it's made up of a trapezoid and a rectangle, so it's a good idea to cut it in half right at that spot. Let's go ahead and find the area of the rectangle, which is length times width. We see it's 2 units tall, and it's 5 units wide. 5 times 2 is 10. This is a trapezoid, and the formula is half of the height. Looks like the height is 2, so half of that is 1, times the sum of the bases. If the top base is 3 and the bottom base is, the bottom base is 4, we're going to go ahead and add 4 plus 3 is 7. So all we're going to multiply is 1 times 7, and we get 7.
مستر عادي سعيد هذا ما فهمته.
For the rectangle plus the 7 for the trapezoid, and you.
As you see here in this figure,
Mr. Mito.
okay, as you see here in the coordinate plane here, we have composite figure. And as you see, if I divide the composite figure to the 2 figures, as you see here down, we have rectangle, and up we have trapezoid. Right. And here the question, find the area of the figure in square units. I want to find the area of the composite figures here. So I can find the area for rectangle, then I can find the area for trapezoid. Right. As you know, the area for the rectangle, length times width. Right. The length here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have here 5. And here we have 2. This is 1, 2. 2 times 5 will be 10 square unit. So this is the area for the rectangle. The area for the rectangle will be 10 units square. Right. Now the area for trapezoid, as you know, we have the formula here, 1/2 multiply by the height, multiply by the height, this is the height, multiply between parentheses the small base or base 1, this is the base 1, plus the base 2, plus the base 2. Right. A equal 1 over 2 multiply by the value of the height, count 1, 2, 2 units. So write here 2. Then the value of the first base, count here 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 units. So write here 3. The value of the big base, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So write 4 units. Now we can add the operation between parentheses. 3 plus 4 will be 7. 7 times 2 will be 14. Now 14 times 1, 14. 14 divided by 2 will be 7. So the area for the trapezoid will be 7, and the area for the rectangle will be 10. Now the area for the whole figure will be 7 plus 10 will be 7 plus 10 will be 17. Continue.
We get 17 square units. Similar problem here. We have a rectangle and a triangle. So we're going to chop it off right here so we can separate the triangle from the rectangle. Here we have length times width. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 4 times 6 means this has an area of 24 units squared. For this triangle, we have to do BH over 2, base times height over 2. It looks like our base is 2. Our height is 4. So 4 times 2, all divided by 2, since it is a triangle. You could actually cancel these 2's out to begin with, and our area is 4. So if I have 24 units plus another 4 units squared, our answer should be 28 units. And there it is, 28 units squared. Final example of the day, if you are given the vertices 2, 5, 2, 8, and 5, 8.
Falah, this is your question. This is a triangle. We don't have the parallel sides here. Okay, Falah, continue.
And they tell you to graph, classify, and find the area. This is what you do. Plot your 3 points like so. Identify it as a triangle. And then you're going to do base times height over 2. Our base is 1, 2, 3. Our height is 1, 2, 3. So here's our 3 times 3, which is 9. And then we have to figure out what half of 9 is. And it looks like our area is 4 5/10 square units.
Okay, this is our lesson today. We have this example. Use the coordinates to find the length of each side of the rectangle. Then find the perimeter. Right. As you see here, we have 4 points. The first step, I want to represent each point inside the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane, as you know, include x-axis, and y-axis, The first point here we have 3 in x and 3 in y. So start from the x. This is 1, 2, 3. Then go up 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is the first point, L. This is the first point. The second point, M, 3, 5. 3 in x, 5 in y. So start from the 3 in the x, 1, 2, 3 from here. Then go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the point. This is M. The third point, N, 7, 5, N in x-axis and 5 in y-axis. So start from the 7 in x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from here. Then go up 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the third point. This is N. The last one, P, 7, 3, 7 in x and 3 in y. Start from the 7 in x. This is 7 in x. Then go up 3. 1, 2, 3. The point will be here. So this is B. After you represented the points here, match between them. From L to M, draw line, then from M to N, draw line, then from N to B, then from B to L. You will find you have rectangle. You have a rectangle. Right. Now I want to solve the perimeter for this rectangle. So I want to find the length for each side. From N to N, from M to N, count how many units do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length here will be 4. And here the same length, here 4 and here 4. And from N to B, we have 2 units. This is one and this is 2. So the length here will be 2. So the width will be 2. So this side equals this side. So here 2 and here 2. Now I can write the perimeter here equal the sum of the sum of all sides. The sum of all sides. So this is 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. Or I can write 2 multiplied by 4 plus 2 multiplied by 2. The same idea, no problem. Now 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 will be 12. 12 units. 12 units. This is the perimeter of this figure. The next example, use the coordinates to find the length of each side of the triangle. Then find the area. Then find the area. We have here 3 points. The first step, we want to represent each point in the coordinate plane. Now start from the first point A. A, 2, 5. 2, 5. 2 in X and 5 in Y. So go to the X, start from 2. This is 1, this is 2. Then go up 5 units. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the first point. This is A. This is A. Then the second point, we have 2, 8. We have 2, 8. 2 in x-axis, 8 in y-axis. Start from the 2 in x-axis. This is 1, this is 2. Then go up 8 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this point will be B. 2, 8. 2, 8. The second point. Now the third one, we have C5, 5. C5, 5. 5 in X and 5 in Y. So start from the 5 in X. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start from here in X. Then go up 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the last point. This is C. Then match between them. Draw line from point A to the B. Then from B to the C. Then from C to the A. You will find here you have a triangle. You have a triangle. This is the height, this is the height, and this is the base, and this is the base. How to find the length of the height? Count. We have 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. So I can write the length here will be 3. And for the base, count, we have 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. So you can find the length here will be 3 for the base. Now I want to solve the area. How to find the area? As you know, we have formula here to find the area or this triangle. A equal 1 over 2 multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. So 1 over 2 multiplied. The value of the base will be 3. So multiply by 3. And the value of the height will be 3. Multiply by 3. Now for your solving here, you can do 3 times 3 will be 9. 9 times 1 will be 9 over 2. Now I can write 9 divided by 2 will be 4.5. Will be 4.5 square units. This is the area of this triangle. So here we have some videos. When you have free time, you can see these videos. And this is our lesson today. Inshallah, we will continue some ideas tomorrow in this lesson, in the same lesson. So today we learn how to represent the point inside the coordinate plane, how to draw the polygon and to know the kind of this polygon, then how to find the perimeter of this polygon and how to find the area of this polygon. Who has a question now? Who has a question? Okay, what is the name of our lesson today? What is the name of our lesson today?
Coordinate plan.
Coordinate plan.
Polygons
Polygon and
Coordinate
on
plan.
the
Okay.
coordinate plan.
Coordinate
Okay.
plan.
Inshallah, tomorrow we'll continue with the same idea. Tomorrow we'll
Mister,
continue
you
with
will give us a homework.
yes, small homework. Okay, no
Okay.
problem. Now I will take attendance. All students, put your voice in mute. Just when you hear your name, you can leave. Okay. Okay, Ahmed Salim. Ahmed Salim. Ahmed. Absent. طيب. حمد الظاهري.
موجود.
موجود. You can leave. حمد الجابري.
يلا مع السلامة.
حمد الجابري.
موجود.
Great, حمد. You can leave now. حمدان سالم العامري.
موجود أستاذ.
You can leave now. حمدان الهجري. حمدان. Okay, you can leave now. زايد النعيمي. زايد النعيمي. طيب. سالم هداف. سالم هداف. موجود. اوكي. عبد الرحمن.
موجود.
اوكي. عبد الله مانع. عبد الله التميمي.
موجود مستر.
اوكي. عبد الله مانع.
موجود.
اوكي.
استاذ محمد عادي تسجلني حضور لان عندي مالي في واحد بنا.
علي الرميثي.
موجود.
اوكي. عيسى.
مستر اقدر اطلع. موجود عيسى.
اوكي. فلاح.
موجود أستاذ.
منصور احمد. حسين. منصور راشد البيك.
موجود.
اوكي. منصور نايف.
موجود مستر. ميلاد. أبسنت ميلاد. زاع.
موجود هزاع. غادر مستر.
اللي طلع اسمه بإمكانه يغادر. الآن نروح للطالب الثاني. اوكي. الفان.
موجود.
اوكي.
موجود.
خليفة. دويس.
موجود.
دياب.
موجود.
سالم.
موجود استاذ.
سلطان.
موجود استاذ انا خليفة موجود. المايك عندي خرق.
طيب. سيف.
موجود استاذ. موجود.
جريت. عبد الله محمد.
موجود.
فارس 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 absent. محمد سالم.
موجود محمد سالم أستاذ، أنا محمد سالم موجود.
اوكي. محمد عبد العزيز.
موجود أستاذ.
جريت محمد جريت. محمد عمار.
موجود.
محمد عمر العامري.
مستر الحين اطلع.
Yes, you can leave. محمد عمر العامري. محمد عمر العامري absent. منصور علي. منصور علي. منصور علي absent. طيب منصور محمد المهيري. موسى. موسى. جريت موسى جريت. ناصر عبيد. ناصر absent.
هذا محمد عمر موجود.
اوكي.
موجود أستاذ.
أستاذنا
موجود.
محمد عمر.
أستاذ ناصر عبيد موجود.
موجود.
أستاذنا
أوكي.
محمد عمر.
أستاذ ناصر عبيد موجود.
أستاذنا محمد عمر.
ناصر. Okay, no problem. So this is our lesson today. Tomorrow we will continue inshallah. Thank you for your listening.
أستاذنا محمد عمر موجود.
Okay. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله